Back in 2013 and 2014, if you walked around Nairobi, entering any matatu or tuned on the radio, you had one specific group everywhere. Beautiful three-parts harmonies, sweet acoustic guitars, and simple song about real love. That group was Elani. Elani was made up of three young friends, Wambui, Maureen, and Brian. What made them special was that they were super educated. Two of them were trained lawyers and one studied actuarial science. But instead of sitting in big offices right away, they followed their passion for music. For 2 to 3 years, they were the biggest group in the country. They won huge awards across Africa and had thousands of fans singing every single word to their song. But then things got quiet.
We're very passionate about what we do. We love to sing. We love to tell the stories behind our songs. Some of them are our own stories, but we don't highlight whose story it is, especially the heartbreaking ones. But we love to tell those stories. And we love the fact that you love to hear them.
What really happened to Elani? How did they go from the biggest group in Kenya to being silent? In this video, we are looking at full story, how they started, the biggest fight they had with the music industry, and where they are today. This story doesn't start in a big fancy recording studio. It starts back way in 2008 at Alliance Francaise in Nairobi. Wambui, Maureen, and Brian met during an open musical sessions. They realized right away that their voices blended together amazingly well. They picked the name Elani, which means light. But they didn't become famous overnight. In fact, they spent whole 5 years practicing and working behind the scene while going to university. They sang backup for other famous artists, performed at small local shows, and practiced their singing style every week. They were patient. They wanted to make sure that when they finally released their own music, it was perfect, and when 2013 came, all the hard work paid off. Late 2013, Elani released their first big song called Jana Usiku. It was fun, fast, and people loved it immediately because it talked about weekend fun in Nairobi. But what came next was even bigger. Soon after, they dropped Milele, a deep love song that quickly became the official wedding song across Kenya. Then came Kuku, which became a massive hit. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing Kuku. They released their first album called Barua ya Dunia, which means letter to the world. Every single song on that album was good. By 2014, Elani was at the top. They even traveled to Nigeria and won a huge Afrima Award for Best African Pop Group. They proved that young, independent Kenyan artists could make a high quality music and compete with the biggest stars across the whole continent. To everyone watching from the outside, Elani was living the dream. They were on TV, on radio, on billboards. Life was amazing. But behind the scenes, they were suffering financially. Making music videos, paying for studio time, and traveling for shows costs a lot of money. Elani was paying for all of this out of their own pockets. They expected that since their songs were played thousands of times on radio and TV, they would get paid good music royalties. But in January 2016, Elani posted a video on YouTube that shocked the whole country. They revealed that after having the most played song in Kenya for a whole year, the music collection body, MCSK, paid them only 31,000 Kenyan shillings. That's about $300 for an entire year of massive hits. Because Maureen and Brad were lawyers, they didn't just complain. They asked hard questions and demanded an audit. After the public got angry, MCSK finally paid them 300,000 Kenyan shillings, saying the system mistake. Elani helped open the eyes of many artists in Kenya about how money is collected, but fighting the system was tiring, stressful, and slowed down their music plans. After taking a break to rest and reorganize, Elani came back in 2019 with a new album called Colors of Love. Songs like Heartbeat and Nimejaribu showed that they still had their amazing talent and sweet harmonies. But the music industry had changed. People were now listening to music on streaming apps like Spotify, and new types of music like gengeton were taking over in Kenya. On top of that, keeping three persons together for many years is hard. Everyone was growing up and starting new goals. Maureen, Wambui, and Brian began spending more time on their personal careers, family lives, and individual projects. They didn't have a big public fight or break up angrily. They just slowly stopped releasing new songs together, and the group quietly went silent. Today, all three members are doing well in their own personal lives, working in law, media, and other businesses. Even though they are no longer releasing music as a group, Elani left a huge mark on Kenyan music industry. First, they showed us that good singing, simple acoustic guitars, and positive lyrics could become a huge hit. Second, they were brave enough to stand for the musicians' rights and demand fair pay for all artists. Elani might be silent today, but their song will always stay in the hearts of many music lovers across East Africa. What was your favorite Elani song back in the day? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching.